Greetings, this is KJ and welcome back to turn 22 as Karaz-a-Karak. We have found Mercury Pond, it's extra 2 water gems, so our water income is growing and growing, that's nice. We are at like 5. Let's take a look at fights of Nehekhara first. So he is attempting to retake the Lost Provinces, and this is actually, I assume, bulk of his forces. Right. So as a reminder, he's Bless, Reconstruction, Anti-Regeneration. Again, I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's not bad. It's not bad. 14 hit points on these guys, technically, right? Yeah, definitely a lot of healing on his Tomb Kings if he ends up using them in combat. A lot of chariots, actually a lot of chariots. This is a worrying amount, actually. Split in 2, so that's probably a little bit worse than just having them as one blob as far as dealing with it. Worse for him, that is. Easier to deal with, just, you know. When the first couple of rows would die, the rest would get mopped up. But if there's spread in 2, definitely better against smaller engagement. Bunch of the Necropolis Knights. I'm surprised by how many he has. I really dislike those. They're not bad by any means. Not at all magic weapons, good defense stat on the Knight himself, although a little bit lacking on protection on 11 body. Naggarond Serpent, pretty decent stat as well. Medium to high armor for a mount. Definitely medium. Again, 2 attacks, both magical, good hit points. I don't know, those are actually hit points of a regular horse. The main problem of my dislike is that they are size 6. If they were size 5, I would very much enjoy them, I think. But when we talked about cold ones, right? When we compare the two, I think Necropolis Knight just get obliterated, right? Of course, these guys have magical weapons that the other ones don't, but you know, who knows if it would even matter if you just have flurry of attacks from cold ones. You probably just get past the body material anyways. Right, and we can see actually a couple of Ushapti. Ushapti, I love Ushapti. The Sombre sprites for Tomb Kings are definitely one of the best ones. I think they're fantastic. And Ushapti are my favorite Tomb King unit by far in general in Warhammer Fantasy. So we have 3 types: the ones with that were dual wielding, the ones with glaives. Actually, let's take a look at the dual wielding ones. If I manage to click on one, yeah, there we go. And there are one with Nehekhara, or rather both of... Fuck. Pack? I assume H is silent. I don't know how to read the Egyptian words. Pack? I think it would be just pack, but... Sorry, not Egyptologist. The respectable damage, 21. It's not armor piercing or anything, but with this damage, you know, with firing every turn, it's basically like crossbow, regular crossbow, damage-wise, basically. If we include, you know, how much... well, I assume if it hits shields, it's not as good, but... decent ammunition, very long range, 50. So it basically outrange... it's like Arbalest, and outranges Way Watchers, for example. And very good, decent protection. I mean, we're getting to the levels where, you know, it's reasonable amount of tiles it can hit guaranteed, but honestly, it still doesn't matter. My one gripe with Ushapti in particular, but with constructs in general, is that back in Dominus 5, before Tomb Kings got nerfed very heavily in various ways, Ushapti were recruitable. And Sombre deemed that to be too strong. I think a lot of people were saying that. I don't know, I think that's fine. I did beat late game Nehekhara, actually as dwarves back then, but that's when dwarves were also much stronger than they were now. For example, they had Communion still. And I did beat Nehekhara quite handily. I think I even got a video on my channel from one of the final battles between those two armies. So, another smaller force here. Yeah, I was speaking about Ushapti in particular. There are 2 spells that summon them. Sorry, there's 1 spell that summons them, and you can get random Ushapti from the 3 types we saw. And I think it would be cool if there was a separation between getting either the dual wielding one and the 2-handed one, and a separate spell that would get you the archer one, and maybe you could get 1 or 2 extra Ushapti per summon for the archer ones, because I think the archer ones are by far the least desirable. Like, you'd much rather get the choppy guys, especially the dual-wielding guys, but two-handed ones are also fantastic. That's just, you know, what I think about that. So here we took... oh god. Here we took a province. Look at the shit. So there's one heavy infantry and one... What's the name of these guys? Glade Captain, right? First volley of crossbows. We're gonna see it. Wait, does he have a longer range than I have with crossbows? 45. Oh, he does. Huh. Weird. Yeah, the Dwarven crossbows, I think they have only one extra attack and one extra damage. I mean, no, actually it's 2 extra damage and 1 precision over regular crossbows. Could have like extra range, maybe Sombre, please. Make dwarves better. I will always be asking only for dwarven buffs unless something is outrageous. That's my bias. So first volley, nothing. Second volley. Was there second volley? Oh yeah, they didn't even kill him. What? Archers not doing anything. Still nothing. They missed point blank. They fucking missed point blank. How do you miss point blank? Like, they're supposedly leading, right? How do you miss point blank with leading shots? Like, what the fuck is that? Of course, range is much better against proper armies just because scattering all over the place actually hits something, but that last shot was ridiculous. And here we can see another ping of sorts by Wood Elves against Skaven, and we see Orion. And the reason he's sending him in, because obviously he's not gonna win, because he has Spring Immortality, we're in the midwinter, so he's gonna come back to life anyways. So he just sends a bunch of Hounds and, well, his Mighty Presence just to cause some friendly fire. Which he's gonna be actually quite successful with. Okay, I don't know... Hold on, I need to see that again. Can anyone tell me what the fuck was that? The dogs are here. Oh my god, that's so stupid. Did you see this shit? So he just friendly fired and killed like a bunch of his units here because the dog was on the other side of the wall and scattered like that. Fucking hell, that feels bad. And of course, the Orion does die at the end. He's gonna come back to life. So 6 Landlord Spears, 10 Giant Rats, Night Runner, 1 Night Runners, and 2 Poison Wing Globadiers. Again, those probably don't matter nearly as much against Wood Elves, although I assume they can still build up enough poison to actually hurt them. But and 3 Storm Vermins. That's just... That was unlucky, Fireball. So yeah, I mean, a good plan by Wood Elves. I doubt they're gonna... I don't think they're trying to Dome Kill. Who does that belong to? The Greatest Mouse, yeah. I don't think they can Dome Kill. There's a lot of high holy priests that can be just fine. So I'm expecting a fight to happen pretty soon. Alright, for the remaining messages, we've gotten Belegar. Probably one of the least exciting heroes, but by no means he's bad. Sorry, he's coming with... So he came with like 6, I think, Iron Breakers, 6 or 7, and 5 Iron Drakes. Iron Drakes are awesome. They hit pretty hard in melee. They're basically Iron Breakers with shitty defense though. But they have the two-handed weapon that again smacks pretty decently, 21. But it has Alchemical Fire, which is 10 damage area of effect free that happens on every swing. So this guy is when quickened, just gushing out fire. If that's ever gonna happen, it's pretty hard for dwarves to get quickened out, but man, I would love to get that. They're limited recruitment to 2, but only when you get the Gromor site fully built, or maybe a second to last step. And other than that, of course, summoned. So cool. And Belegar himself, I mean, respectable hit point, slightly higher than King. Very good defense because he's outrageously good shield. No special effect besides just having high parry and very high protection, so that's awesome. Nice little melee weapon, magical damage, 2 attacks, good stats on it. I mean, it's a hero weapon. And other than that, he's also a fantastic leader. +3 to 5 squad. Incredible. and of course absurd morale. Yeah, he's fine. Like, it's a great hero to have for leading the troops, and that's what I'm using him for. As you can see, we took the fort as well, of course. I didn't no reason to look at the fight. We are building a temple, building the castle. For that reason, I did cut the recruitment of Rune Lord this turn and just getting apprentices just to keep the mage production anyway. We are getting a couple iron breakers. And we did basically cut all the foreign recruit just to afford that. But we managed to, so that's cool. And yeah, we are pulling our forces together. The stealthy troops will just go past because the plan to attack greenskins is still actual. The stealthy units will go past to raid, and we're gonna consolidate our I think pretty substantial crossbow force and over 100 sacreds. So hopefully this throne will melt pretty easily. I wonder, fire snakes are size 5, right? I don't think, maybe attack large beasts will target fire snakes, but I might just keep them on fire closest. Yeah, we'll worry about the scripting later. Yeah, looking at the Nehekhara, I wouldn't want to be fighting that yet, I think. I think the window of opportunity where the war will be cheap and easy is kind of past us, but we can probably achieve the point where we can attack him and beat single-handedly without much losses as well in sometime in the future. Right now, I think it's not ideal. And I think, again, we can get pretty easy and quick war against greenskins. Would be fantastic if we manage to get this fort as well. Oh, and yeah, I'm moving the Runbearer here to ping the throne anyways next turn, so we can figure out maybe some formation, how do we want to set up. And I'm trying to just see what's gonna go here. I wonder if they're just gonna come back to their old borders or if there's actual conflict going on. Like I was saying, I do hope they're actually gonna fight between each other. So I think that's really it for this turn. And yeah, I'll talk to you in the next turn. Bye-bye. Welcome back. We do have another battle in Skavenblight, but let's take a look at the Raspberry Wood. So finally, after a bunch of turns waiting, dogs and bargeists, sorry, those are not bargeists, those are black dogs, yeah, have attacked, and most of the stuff has been dealt with range stuff. Staff dealt with staff, good English, me. Scorpions didn't even see combat, did they? One, nice. Blackrock sending message to everyone. Writes it down, you miss the biggest of us, always having the best clash you ever seen with the green umi on that horse. If he beats us, then maybe I don't know what axe I'm doing. Maybe he's the greenest, but I ain't ever gonna be the best. Yours faithful is the biggest, the greenest, the best. I appreciate you, Chazzy. Wonderful. This is the scribe. Oh. I ran some money. Yeah, I'm pretty sure greenskins would have killed the guy that brought the ransom money, took the money anyway, and then killed the scribe. No honor among greenskins, at least most of them. There are some mercenaries, I think. The Khorne claim throne of life. Nice, good for him. And wait, in front of Gaia? Hold on, which one is which? Vessel of Might. Oh. Paul. Killer Main. Hold on, I need to take a look at that. Oh, the Throne of Gaia is nice, that's Tzeentch. And oh wow, so he just negated the Throne of Death completely. That's sick. Oh, that's so nice for him. I guess he just, I think he already had growth too, so he might go to growth 3 with that. And Khorne took the Throne of Life. So now we know which thrones we have left, actually. Let's go for it very quickly. Throne of the Moon, not very exciting, it's okay. Silver Throne, Throne of the Artificer, Crystal Throne, Artificer, sorry. And Throne of Bureaucracy. If I had to guess, the one that is here is gonna be Throne of Artificer. That's my bet. But it's probably gonna do Bureaucracy. My luck. So a couple extra howlings going on in this province. We're gonna move some troops there just to make sure it's defended. And we found 2 sides this turn at the same province, so I'm actually gonna get some troops here to defend. But stop beating around the bush, let's watch the fight in the Skavenblight. So yeah, that's the Wood Elf army, alright? Jesus Christ. That's about 100 sacreds, probably. We're gonna see the numbers at the end. A bunch of dryads, a fuckload of way watchers, just as many glade guard basically, maybe slightly less. A lot of wildwood rangers with their spirit bane. Pretty cool, extra source of a little bit damage. Eternal guard, so another pretty damn durable, based on defense and good shield, line infantry. A decent chunk of mages actually. Let's see how many mages there are. 4 in the back and a couple mixed in here. That's under 4 and 4 here. Well, none of them are, those are mages, so probably like 6 or 7 mages in that case. Sorry, no, what I'm saying, all of these are mages, right? Yeah, probably poison word. Right, so that's 8 already. Okay, yeah, 8 mages and 5 other commanders. And yeah, Skaven, we already seen what Skaven has. He didn't really do any repositioning. Unfortunately, I wish he did. Because as we see, there's a forward placement of Way Watchers and the Archers. And for the good reason. Slings are starting to fly. They already smoked one of the Archers. And we have a Poison Ward up. It was necessary. Without Poison Ward, I think he's gonna get screwed. But with it, yeah, he's pretty good. Let's see. That's why I wish Lulus did a little bit of repositioning. Forward placed archers. Like, it never happens to me. Maya are never this smart. These assholes decide to target mages. Which is incredible. Like, I think they killed... Yeah, look at this shit. That's incredible. They might have already dropped them because of the lower density, but... Yeah, the initial couple waves, they killed a couple mages, routed some troops already. But yeah, now it's just pure mayhem, just shooting at the stacked ranks of Skaven. Not much they can do. Slingers are also just dying slowly from all the fire, I think. Accidental fire. And yeah, there's not much that can actually hurt the Sacreds in the front line. Maybe occasional swings of the sensor bearers, but we saw all those various poison effects go on land here. If not for the... And we can even see some poison ticks. Probably the guys that didn't get hit by... let's take a look. Yeah, this one doesn't have it. Do we see any sacreds that might be poisoned? Yeah, for example, this one didn't get hit by poison resistant, and he's basically dead. From what I see, he's gonna... maybe not. Maybe he's just gonna live. But oh, and yeah, those are pretty damn good. Those were fireballs, right? Yeah, if he had more mages like fireballs, if he had maybe instead of the poisoned the poison mortars, instead if he had what are those, the warp lightning weapon teams, those would have been much more devastating. He only has 5 chakras and it would have been harder for him, I think, to get chakras up. So that was really clean, actually. Definitely not very... Wow, he ran out of ammo on all his archers even. There weren't many casualties, mainly from fireballs if I had to guess. Maybe a couple died from poison cloud, the ones that weren't covered with poison ward. So let's take a look at the toll. 12 dryads, 2 eternal guards, 2 glade guards, no way watcher, 17. Oh, okay, that's not an insignificant amount. 12 wild riders and 3 wild rangers. Let's see what dealt most of the damage. Cry warlocks, as expected. Yeah, the single warp fire thrower killed 7. Like, imagine if he had more of these, and warp lightning instead of the poison wind mortars. Unfortunately, those did nothing. I wonder if he... Because he has 3 of those and only 1 of these. And of course, they do have a limit of 1 per turn. I wonder if he just opted, because they're quite resource heavy, so I suppose he decided to go for the poison guys. Poison guys would have been definitely more effective against me if he fought me, but I mean, you can't know, right? He made the decisions, you know, without exactly expecting to fight such a quick attack from Wood Elves, but yeah, absolute slaughter. Concealed Guard scored the kill, Giant Rat scored the kill, so yeah, more Warp Fire throwers instead of Poison Wind and Lightning. Warp Lightning throwers, I think that's how they're called. We're gonna take a look in a second. And a couple more mages, maybe more spread around. I don't think he would have won, no, but he could have inflicted much heavier losses because all of that just from such a few units, right? They were just stuck on a gate for forever. But yeah, that's pretty damn clean by Athel Loren. Without the poison ward, I think that would have been totally for probably about 40 losses because there was a lot of poison from mortars, Globadiers, especially Globadiers. The Sensor Bearers also are causing some clouds, so all of that stacks. Yeah, very well done. And we are like seeing actually a bunch of cavemen and Zot. I assume those are real? He just moved there with those? I'm not sure what's that. Maybe he was just doing them for siege strength, I assume. So yeah, let's take a look at how Underground's looking for Wood Elves. I'm curious. He must be controlling actually a pretty fair chunk of land. And I wouldn't be surprised if he... Actually, let's wait with that and let's go towards the Greenskins. Let's see if he moves there or not. There's a good chance he might yoink it. In the meantime, we are also consolidating, just leaving... hold on, why? Just leaving this guy, he's moving from capital with some units, and I'm leaving archers behind because we've got Ancient Forge and Gromley Reserve here. We want to protect it at most cost. No, sorry, at all cost, that's how I say it. Here, unfortunately, the Gromlin didn't get moved yet, but maybe next turn, we'll see. Yeah, so this is the promise that had howling going on, so we're gonna get the Horse Tribemen, grab the crossbows that are present here, move them here, just to make sure that it's protected. Because it can be werewolf attacks, right? It's not only dogs that are potential attackers. I almost want to get a couple crossbows here again. On the other hand, I really want to be saving money. I'm moving this scout towards the front. I want to start building fort there already. Yeah, get the... What do we want to get? Probably just the runesmith can run in there. He has 14 map move. How's the map move looking? Oh, it's snow. We're gonna check it out when the snow melts. Well, this card is muted for some reason. Sorry about that. I thought I muted it. But, I mean, yeah, we're heading to a couple interesting turns. Oh yeah, pinging, of course, as well. And yeah, that will be it for this turn, and I'll talk to you next one. Welcome back. Let's check out Khorne finding out my scout to begin with. So rest in peace, Runebearer. This is actually a fairly significant dump, I think. That's a lot of horses, unless here. Well, we'll check it in a second. I actually don't know. But yeah, fair number of Marauders, some Sacreds, a hero. Let's see, Arbol the Undefeated. 50 hit points, super chunky, very good defense stat. Phenomenal, actually. It's base 16, base 17, goddamn. Nice, I mean, that's a regular armor for Chaos Warriors, but the axe is pretty sick. It's 2 attacks, 11 damage with a minor life drain. Yeah, wow. And of course, he's on a great Flesh Hound, which is also a very strong mount. Not actually, not as tanky as himself, but does have a place for barding. Has 11 base protection, so yeah, with a black steel plating or something like that, it's gonna be very durable. He's a demon though, but has like Omni-Res, some invulnerability as well. Recuperation, that's standard for like better, like stronger demon lords and stuff like that, chaos lords. So pretty cool. And we see a bless now, and the bless Khorne has this. Ooh. So attack skill is of course for the front. God damn it. Training weapons. So this is after the relatively recent change as of the moment of recording, where you actually get a little bit of fatigue back. I don't think you get hit points, but definitely get a little bit of fatigue back, even when the hit kills. So before in armor negating life drain, right, worked only if you landed a hit but you didn't kill with the damage. But now it still gives you a little bit back, even if you kill with the swing. So Undying 10, Enchanted Blood, and Fortitude. So that's what? Fortitude is 6 points, I think. Maybe 7 actually. It might be 7. I think it's 7 points. That's 11. That's 16. And draining weapons, I think, are 7 too. So 24 points plus points. 7 or 8, I don't remember. You can check it on your own. I might mention it in a later episode, I guess. But yeah, quite hefty blast. I think his skills must be quite awful. So in 19 fucking, god damn it. That's, it should be 16. So ridiculous that he got that's the best round for him, because it almost guarantees hits. That will keep those guys going. A lot of regeneration on them because of it. And the fucking resistance is that so nasty. Very scary. Very scary blast. Did he... No, so this is just a very big PD dump. I guess this is a front province, so fair enough. We have pinged the throne ourselves, and it turns out this is a hefty throne. That's a lot of shit. So we have actually 2 commanders, the Solar Serpent, a lot of fire gems, couple air gems, and the Flame Spirit, also a decent bunch of fire gems. So yeah, my hopes are they will not do anything very unpleasant, they'll just summon fire elementals, that's all. A lot of Scorpion Beasts, so those guys I'm familiar with. I do have a couple of my own. Fortunately, they shouldn't be much of an issue. Their attacks are spooky because armor piercing, but they shouldn't be really landing them. There's only 1 guy per tile, so hopefully we'll just chop them down before they deal any damage to my runesmiths. Rune guard. Horned serpents, those guys, man, 15 attack, very, very respectable attack values. Of course, all of them have 1 star of veterans because that front has been alive for a fair bit. Strong poison. This is low damage, so hopefully this shouldn't have an effect. And same story here, this is pretty low damage on the fangs. Hopefully it will not penetrate the armor, because that can kill basically a dwarf. And the solar flare, so they're 12 damage now, so when I attack they probably will be back to 13. Yeah, it's gonna be a Naggarond roll. Like, they are likely not to damage me, but with unlucky enough DRN, it can be quite unpleasant. And of course, every flare will be hitting 4 of my dwarfs at once. So, I'm slightly spooked. I'll be honest with you. I'm slightly spooked about this throne. And barbarians. Barbarians are not an issue. They're also the Will of a Wisp. Unfortunately, these guys are going ahead, so they'll just die quickly. Because otherwise they could be eating my attacks. They have, of course, very high defense, and the Flame Burst is just a single target, but much guaranteed to hit. Again, this shouldn't really be damaging me. But yeah, these guys, if they were to be mixed among the ranks, the high defense really could make it much harder to get the hits you want, right? So yeah, if they do that, that's good. That's good for me. Even though they're size 1, they're like really spread apart. That's because, you know, they spawn in the middle of a whole rank. Some barbarians got on fire, but they lived. I mean, I guess in a real fight, maybe a few of them will burn. And let's see, this is Lizardmen attacking their different throne. So this is a poison throne with a bunch of shade beasts. I don't expect the god to do anything crazy. Shadow Blast. Yeah, this is of course less than ideal because these guys don't have magic weapons. Ooh, pretty big hit. I guess Shadow Blast range scales with Magic Path. So yeah, ooh, oh man, this is rough. They do have base 5 poison resistant, but it's not enough. That's so much cloud. It's like what? Probably. Can I check what level of cloud is here? I thought there was some way to tell that. Highlight weather. I swear to God, I thought there was some way to see what level of cloud was in a certain tile. I'm sorry, I forgot how to do it. But we see how much it's growing, right? So obviously just very dense poison. Here with heavy losses, but they did manage to get past the Shadow Beast, and this is very heavy losses on the Cold One front. Although I did talk with Dark Elves about this fight, and Cookies told me that this is kind of on purpose, as in False God is on purpose getting rid of the Cold Ones to free up upkeep. And okay, there we have morale breaking. Bit unfortunate. I would have hoped he maybe dealt a little bit more damage, but if we take a look at the actual losses, so this is 88 Saurus Calf, 23 Skink Archer, 7 Temple Guard. So these are sacreds actually. 8 Croxigors. That's like 3,500 gold here. Not so much here. That's what 120. These guys 7. So that's like 250. Another what? 240 or so. Or rather 30 to 320. So probably like about 4,500, maybe something like that. Definitely over 4,000. And it frees him up. Let's see. So these guys are 12 gold per year, so 1 gold per turn, and these guys are like 1.5 gold per turn. So 2.5 per guy. This is what, almost 90 of them. So he definitely frees like maybe 250 total income from this. So it's gonna take a sweet time to pay back, to re-recruit them, technically like probably 16 turns or so. But I guess it does give him easier access to recruiting the big mages, right? Slants. So that's at least what Cookies told me. That is kind of the purpose of this attack, that he actually did intend to take heavy losses. I kind of don't buy it, like, because again, this is a shitload of gold wasted. Like, these guys could be used for other things, like making you more money by attacking people, right? And like, I think it's roughly 16 to 18 turns worth of upkeep to make up the purchase of these guys. So I don't know. I'm not a fan personally of throwing away units unless I know they're completely useless, and I wouldn't say that these guys are useless. It's okay. I mean, if that's intended, good for him. Actually, message from Crag turns out was who is the best, the greenest. Now let's prove who is the best. This clash be our greatest yet. Wow. Wow. His faithful is the biggest, the greenest, the best ever. I guess Chaz is having fun in the last stand. I root for him to deal as much pain to Ballin as he can. I think he lost his capital, but he still is in a game. That's good. A Smoldering Mace. So this is a Fire Jump and a Fire Ritual range. Could be useful, I guess, but maybe not the most. It's hard for me to tell, honestly. Where was I going with this guy, actually? I don't know. I suppose I was going here in that case. And we found another Mercury Pond. So our income of water is 7. So this is basically a claimant every turn if I decide to cast these. claiming. If we get the air water cross path, I mean, we would need construction 7 basically. I don't think we can naturally get to water 2. I mean, we can, but without the air. So for Yetis, you would need a booster. We could get cows though, naturally, if we get water 2. And this guy is actually pretty respectable. They have a nasty ranged attack with acid. That could be something to mess around with, some highly armored stuff of chaos, for example. But yeah, we definitely will have a lot of water gems that are not the most useful ones for us, but we can probably turn them into some unit, even if it's gonna be only claiming eventually. It should be nice. Here we're going with our scout to Vanguard to pick up, to begin constructing for their next turn. That's the plan. Here, moving to try and prevent the attack of wolves. I believe it was howling here. Let's take a look. Yeah, wolves having probably wolves attacking soon. Again, could be werewolves. So for that, we do need quite a few crossbows just in case. Do I want to? Sure, let's get that one more. And yeah, the commander is going back to start picking more crossbows thrown around, and our whole army is going in here. So I actually have these sneaking to this way. Good thing I took a look, and I do actually want to continue them with them this way. The other one is sneaking past here. And these guys, of course, they're not participating in combat. And this is going to be the formation. Pretty simple, but neat little formation. Rune Guard, of course, taking the front. They have the little bit of the native fire resistance after all. I'm actually might not want to send my clan kings like that. Yeah, you know what? I think it's gonna be smarter to not risk my my pretty good, pretty experienced, at least a couple of these clan kings. And again, it's always a little bit of commander recruitment turns that goes to waste. Of course, Belagar is gonna stay in the back. 2 engineers. I'm gonna put them actually on fire largest monsters. So yeah, maybe they'll snipe a couple of the beasts a little bit better than Crossbow. Of course, we have ginormous continue. Well, okay, ginormous may be a bit of an overstatement. We have fairly large group of crossbows, so that's 81. This is what, 168. Oh, okay, that's all right. I have them in 6 squads. So what did I say? 270 basically, something like that. Not too bad. Respectable 1300 siege strength. So if we get to the bone stripe, we hopefully will crack it in one go. Yeah, hammers in the back. Oh, I do have like a loose rune guard here. Good thing I noticed. Go back to the formation. So one thing I decided for, and I hope it will not come to punish me, is I shuffled the rune guard around where the experienced guys on the flanks and a lot of relatively fresh recruits are in the main line, so they actually do have a chance of getting experience. Of course, the problem with it is that they have higher chance of being actually hit by poison attack, so hopefully I will not come to regret it. But yeah, I mean, I think it's as good of an opportunity to get some experience as any other, basically. I don't have any of my priestesses around, but I would need a lot of them to actually get the poison resistance I could use. Fucking turmoil 5 here, actually. Turmoil 5? How is that possible? Wait, is one of the thrones giving turmoil? Let's see. Not bureaucracy. Not this. Maybe it was hit by an event? I don't think you can go turmoil 5 with orcs. Maybe I'm wrong. And it definitely doesn't give you anything if you do that. You get only points up to turmoil 3, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you definitely get only points up to turmoil 3, so interesting. Maybe there was some event here that caused this high turmoil. But it's a luck province, so even though like for example, in this province, in case you don't know, the luck, we don't actually get the bonus of the, because it's foreign dominion, we don't get the bonus to how good the events are, but it still opens up the events based on a luck. So we cannot get like stuff from misfortune, and we do have a chance of getting events from the luck free pool. So I hope we're gonna get lucky here and maybe get like a fat gold event soon enough. Might as well use a little bit of the Tzeentch dominion, right? So let's take a look at that very quickly. So I'm not targeting anything specific with my crossbows. I'll let them fire as they please. Looks like most of the hits will actually land on the snakes, and that's good because I think I'm again mostly afraid of the fire flares as far as the stuff that's gonna deal damage. If some hits land on barbarians, that's actually fantastic because they don't have even though it's still they have bonus from experience and it's their home province. They get whopping -2 from shitty formation and -1 from hostile dominions. So with 9 morale, actually not that many have to die from bolts to potentially start a mass rout, and this is going to be a quite significant chunk of hit points that would run. And of course barbarians, you know, they can still damage my rune guard if they swing enough. So yeah, probably main bulk of bolts will land in this area on the snakes, probably hitting some barbs. I just really hope that I will not be unpleasantly surprised by like something of Firestorm line, because oh my god, that was basically all the crossbows I think. Before the guard routes, I think I win it regardless, just because Rune Guard has that native 5 fire res and slow regeneration from Enchanted Blood, but yeah, I'm not super confident about this fight. I'll be honest with you. This is just a little bit more than I was expecting. Still, let's do it. Might as well try something a little bit riskier. Any other news? Going back to recruiting Rune Lords, and yeah, here I did mention it, I think last turn, Valkyries are starting to show up. Nice 19 defense once they get blessed, so pretty cool. They will hold the line pretty nice, and now they can start accumulating experience slowly. So I guess that will be it for this turn. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.